Hi everybody, this is Latoya of Infinitenature, and I wanted to get on live really quick to just share some tips on what on cost effective ways to eat plant-based. I've been plant-based for 8 years total, and I've been eating raw vegan for 5 years and counting. And I am actually hosting a 5-day raw vegan challenge right now, and we're on the second day. And it's not too late to join. You can click the link in my bio, or you can go to loveinfinitenature.com if you want to sign up for the challenge. This is a great time to reset your mind, body, and spirit, to do some sort of cleanse, especially with this time of the year and what's going on this particular year. This will help you boost your immune system and get you grounded. And you can definitely look at previous lives that I have that gives more details on that. But the main focus that I wanted to do right now is just share some tips on how to eat cost effectively on a plant-based how to be cost effective while eating plant-based, because I recall when I went vegan about 8 years ago that the first thing that popped into my mind when I thought about it in the future, like, okay, I want to do this, but it seems like it's going to be so expensive. But I found over the years that it's really about learning how to shop. It's learning about focusing on going to like farmers markets. That's one way to save a lot of money. And another thing is buying in bulk. Like, if you, like, for example, I know some people may eat like things like quinoa. When I was eating cooked foods like quinoa and things of that nature, or nuts, seeds, things, go to the bulk section and actually buy the amount that you actually want. That's how you save money. And also compare packages. To look at the packaging and how much you get for it and how much it costs compared to how much it costs if you get it from the bulk. And also another thing is on Wednesdays. I find on Wednesdays at grocery stores in America, you tend to have discounts. They tend to mark down their stuff. And also, if you have, like, at your local grocery stores, like here in where I live at in Georgia, we have like Kroger, we have Food Lion and things of that nature. Especially when I started my vegan journey period, I remember I was spending $25 a week. That's how much money I had to allocate towards food. Like, literally $25 a week, and I was eating vegan. I was eating cooked vegan at that time, but I was still eating vegan. I didn't have organic all the time, but I still made it work. And that's why I want people to understand that just because you eat healthier doesn't mean that it has to be so difficult to shop and things of that nature, because I definitely was on a huge budget at that time. And even with eating raw vegan and starting over in a new city, well, not a new city, but coming back home and just starting all over again, we had a budget. We had to really, like, find ways to make sure that we were still eating healthy, eating what we wanted, and still make what do. And I have a video on that. If you go to my YouTube channel, Infinite Nature, and if you look at the raw vegan videos, like at the playlist on there, it shows me and my husband, we showed what we had got from like, it was probably like Kroger and Whole Foods, but we did it. We showed how we shopped and things of that nature. It's from 3 years ago, but it's just as good. But like I said before, don't sleep on farmers markets. Don't sleep on like your local grocery stores, because I find that a lot of times people don't touch organic. People don't touch the organic stuff anyway. So a lot of times those are left over and they end up getting marked down because they don't want them to go bad. So, like, go to your Kroger, especially Kroger. You'll find a lot of stuff the pricing get knocked down because they're trying to get rid of it so it won't go bad. So that's another thing that you can do. I mentioned before about making sure you shop in like the bulk, and making sure that you shop for what you came for, and don't focus so much on packaging. Like when it comes to like packaging, do not focus on buying so much packaged food. That's the problem, is when people start their plant-based journey, they have a tendency to want to, buy a lot of processed things that are vegan, and I wouldn't recommend that, because then you'll be just spending a lot more. I will say that it may appear, I will say that we do, when you look at our grocery bill, it may seem like a lot, but you have to consider something. We don't we don't have major illnesses or major sick, we don't get sick. Like, we don't get sick, I'm be honest, we don't really get sick. So it balances out. Okay, like, because we are focusing on what we put on in our bodies, it benefits, we benefit from it. So that's why I say that, some people say that eating healthier is more expensive, and to a degree it is, but for me personally, I feel like it truly balances out. Now, I will say this: living in Savannah, living in my hometown, and I do see, well, not even before that, when I started to eat better, I started to notice that the better grocery stores and places like Whole Foods was in areas that was more gentrified, areas that, that didn't have as much melanin in there. That's what I noticed. I just noticed that. And so I know that well, some people say food deserts, but I say food apartheid, based upon the, there's systemic racism when it comes to food, and how food is allocated in cities and allocated in neighborhoods, and that's just what it is, and that's just the reality of like the nature of America, and that's just what it is, and we have to be on. That's one of the things that will shift, is if we start being honest. And I appreciate so many people out there that are advocating for the rights of farmers and the rights of people who, we all have a right to eat food that is healthy and that is affordable, and that we all have access to. And I just noticed that when I started to eat better and started to eat healthier, I started to see less people that look like me when it come to when I go to the farm, even when I go to the farmer's market, or go to Whole Foods, or things of that nature. And I know that that's not a coincidence. And the more of us that talks about these things and talks about the injustices when it comes to food and comes to access, then things will get better. But I know I got off track. I started talking about things like that, because I'm passionate about things like that. But back to what I was saying, I didn't want to talk about all the tips. I just wanted a few, because I don't want to be on here too long. But I will say that some of the basic ways, for those of you that's just joining, hello, the best ways to eat efficiently and eat more healthy on a budget, because like I said, when I first started eating plant-based in general, I was on $25 a week. So I would go to places like Food Lion, you go to places like Kroger, and get things on discount. They always are trying to get rid of organic things. You could definitely, if you want something that's more organic, you can look at what they have on discount. If you want to be more on a budget, you can go to your farmer's market. And I know in my city, if you have like EBT and things like that, they take that too, So I feel like a lot of times we just are not, the people that really would benefit for this type of information don't have access to it, and that's just not fair. So that's why I like sharing this as much as I can, things like this. But you can also, on Wednesdays in America, I know where I'm at, I just know on Wednesdays things tend to get marked down, so you can look at it like that. And those are just some basic things: shopping in bulk, only buying what you need, stop buying so much packaged things, start cooking from more from scratch, and things of that nature. So we have a video, me and my husband, we have a video from like 3 years ago where we show like what we got eating raw vegan on a budget. You could go to that video on YouTube, and just look in the playlist, and we have that listed. But once again, I have a 5-day raw vegan challenge for the winter solstice, and that started yesterday and it's going on now. So it's not too late to join, and you don't want to miss out, especially for the value, for the pricing. I offer a lot, so don't miss out on that because it will go up as time progresses. So that's all that I wanted to share for now, and have a wonderful day, you guys. Bye.